Hi, I'm FM Sherrill, and today I'm going to be reviewing Ocean's 8. This was a fun little movie. It's not a heart changer. You're not going to leave the theater with your mind being blown, but it was a fun little heist action movie. And it was nice that the cast was predominantly female. Samus Metroid! I'm all for more female protagonists. This was a heist movie, and the female wasn't some sexy side woman that was gonna come and maybe steal stuff from the main heist guy at the last minute and be like, ha ha ha, I'm secretly smart and I was hiding it to con you. This isn't like a con meets con as far as romance, and the woman's like the lesser con being, you know, it wasn't like Dirty Rotten Scoundrels where the whole movie they're trying to seduce her and then she ends up conning them, which I do love that movie. But at the same time, as women and growing up as a woman, I've seen those movies throughout my whole life, and it's nice to finally have the leads be the ones doing the heist. And there wasn't a big, oh, side romance thing. It was sort of a revenge plot for the main protagonist, Sandra Bullock, because she was conned. But first, I just want to say that I am happy that there are more movies being made with strong, powerful female leads. Now, into the dirt and nitty-gritty of the script. They make a real big point, and they even say this line: a him gets noticed, a her gets ignored. And for once, we want to be ignored. And that's when she's going through the photos and she's deciding who she wants on her team. So she says that, and she makes a really big deal about it being all female. I also like later in the film when she says, we're not doing this for me, we're not doing this for you. Somewhere out there, there's an 8-year-old girl dreaming of being a criminal. We're doing it for her. I liked that because as a little girl, I dreamed of being Indiana Jones, and it would have been nice to see some heist movies or see a female version of Indiana Jones. Tomb Raider came out later, and it was a video game first, which I did love as a kid, but at the same time, you know, and it was a little over-sexualized. She wasn't just allowed to be a badass like Harrison Ford was, you know? So she makes a big point, Sandra Bullock's character, to say, hey, this is an all-female cast. We're gonna do this heist. And then, shame on you. Why then did they bring in Yen, I believe it was? This really bendy 007, you know, Tom Cruise going backwards through the line, taking the necklaces off character. Why did they bring in him, the only male in their whole heist? And he wasn't there at the end to get his payout. He wasn't established at all at the beginning, or they're like, oh, it's a surprise. Well, make it a surprise female character, because that's the whole point, that establishing the team that they were gonna be all female, and then they have this dude like hanging out in this tiny space that does all the secret agent type stuff. I'm like, they could have got a girl to do that, and it would have been really cool. A like gymnastics girl that they could have introduced earlier and swung it back around. They have this random guy show up to do all this acrobatic stuff, and then he's never heard from again. Lame. That was pretty lame. They establish in the beginning that they're badasses. Now when they go back in time, where's my back in time? When they go back in time, she talks about how she was conned by a con man because he told her the truth. And I'm thinking, oh, maybe there's this richer love story under here that he was telling her the truth, but it ended up being a con and he didn't mean that. It's gonna be like Birds on a Wire. That's an old movie, Mel Gibson. Like a bird on a wire. It's gonna be something like that. Maybe they'll have some kind of reconciliation. Not that. And she's established as a badass. And then they go back in time and show us with her friend doing bingo scams. and talking about scraping together maybe 1,000 a night or something like that. These really low-level, almost trashy cons. And then she met him and then started doing museum cons, which also seemed kind of lower level. And then he got her to sign this paper, just sign this, and she didn't see any of it coming. And then she gets in prison and then she magically comes out this masterful con woman because it's in her blood. That backflash to the bingo and being conned by this doofus idiot, it doesn't work story-wise, structure-wise, character development-wise. As a writer, squash, that doesn't work. You gotta show us something epic, something that nobody could have believed it was a con, that you in order to con a con, you have to make it an epic con, which was over here if they're both just two masterful con men and women always conning each other, or over here, he didn't mean it to be a con, kind of crazy misunderstanding, she thinks it's a con, there's this bigger love story. You can do that because what you've already established is a base that she is a badass. Now if you show us below, way below her level, you're doing a disservice to the story and the characters that you've already set up. Another problem I had was bringing in the actress. She somehow figures it out because the designer is a bad actor and clumsy. Now this makes their whole team seem easy to figure out. Because what they established was that the actress was vain and dumb. And that's why they were kind of using her and playing her. But then she's like, I'm secretly really smart and I was able to figure out the whole thing that you're doing, so you brought me in on it. And they even asked, like, it's not about the money, so why are you doing this? And she's like, well, I don't want to join a book club and a lot of people are boring and I don't have any female friends. And then all the females are like, oh, okay, we kind of get it. Sandra Bullock's like, oh, are you an only child? And they're all like, okay, we're cool with it. Like, where, Samus, save this part. No, don't bring the actress in on it. They just don't do that and then have it Ocean's 8. She did Ocean's 7, that would have been fine. Don't bring her in on it and have it because she just needs more female friends, because that's how we are. That's how we are as women. I mean, it's just, you know, really nice to be around women and what? It was insulting. As a female, to watch it, it was insulting. It was insulting. If she was the character that they established, which was a master at her craft, which was acting, famous enough that jewelry company would let her hang all those millions on her neck, then she's making more than, her cut's 38 million. She probably makes that per movie. Why is she gonna risk a career making that kind of money every year to what? Hang out with some female friends she's never met because she's that desperate for other female company? No, she's an intelligent actress. Maybe she went to Juilliard. She'll probably have actor friends. It's not that hard for women to get friends. Whoever wrote that, it's not. That was so heartbreakingly not right. It was an insult to have this character debase herself because she's lonely, because, you know, women that are powerful and beautiful, of course, are lonely. And of course they made her kind of, let's not go into that character. I just can't. No. I didn't find any of the payoffs really fulfilling. Maybe have them talk about what they're gonna do with their big score before the end so that we can actually feel some sort of satisfaction with the payoff. And maybe have things not go according to plan during the heist. Maybe have things go fucking crazy. Maybe do a real film. And I know writers, as a writer, I'm scared to do this, to push all my characters off the cliff, off these nicely organized cliffs that I've held them back from. Just push them off and see what happens. Kill everyone in the scene, and if it doesn't work, take it back and rewrite it. But at least you'll get over that fear of it's all ruined. You know, because they would have like scares where the security would be coming up, and then Sandra Bullock's character, her big thing was, I'm going to talk in a different language and say, no, it's the toilet, no, no, that's not really as badass as the intro was when she was heisting things. And then again, when they almost discover them taking the main jewels, and she's just like, no, 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 my husband, you see he's sick. And just like, ah, man, come on. They're better than that. They're thieves. You know, when she asked the one character to create a fence or perimeter, you know, you think that all of their intellect is going to interact somehow when things go wrong. Because you set up, you know, you've got the hacker, you've got the jewelry maker, you've got the fence woman, you've got the one playing to be the cook, you've got all these keys into place. And they're all really intelligent, powerful women. So they can handle it when things go wrong. It would have just been cool to see the hacker do something really cool, and then, you know, just to have them all use their unique set of skills to get out of it when shit just goes horribly wrong. Because that's part of the fun of heist movies. It's fun to see them brain through and run through the perfect plan. That's what it is. That's what it is. Ah. What we saw, the actual heist, is what you usually see when they're showing you, okay, this is how the plan's gonna go. We're gonna do this and we're gonna do this, and it's speeded through. So A, it's not boring, and B, we get to see, oh, that's what the perfect heist is in their heads. And then we go to the real heist, and it just goes crazy. And they're having to like pull out vans and do stops and switch characters. Maybe somebody dies. Like, it's just crazy, you know? And that's part of what the fun of a heist movie is you get all that tension, and you're just like, oh my god, they're gonna get caught. Oh my god, they almost got caught. Oh, this person totally got caught. Like, you're just, whoa, whoa, whoa. Didn't have that. Come on, we had all these great lady characters. Let them be in the fire and pull themselves out, just like you would do with any male protagonist. Take that whole group of male protagonists and you would throw them in the fire, and then you would have this sort of masterpiece pearl come out. I've seen it in movies a million times. We all have. You can do the same. Don't be afraid. Directors, writers, movie makers, don't be afraid to throw a powerful female cast into the fire. Look at Wonder Woman. You had stuff blow up. The world didn't end, but it looked like it might. You know, just, come on, Samus. Cheer up. That was the missing piece to this movie. So that's it for my review of Ocean's 7. Should have been Ocean's 7. I did like the boots were made for walking and the more female badass moments. I didn't appreciate a lot of the moments where they were still kind of degrading women. A lot of the women were flirtatious with each other, which I didn't mind. It's sexy, but at the same time, in all the ocean male movies and a lot of other heist movies, the guys don't have to be flirtatious with the other guys to have it be a good movie. Just a lot of little things like that. I mean, so all in all, I want there to be more movies like this. It was a great first try. There's still a lot of little undertows of sexism and plot holes that, you know, good writing could have easily fixed. But let's hope they do more of these films in the future so they can work it out. It's like anytime, like, I write novels, and my first novel is definitely not gonna be as good as my 5th. You know, and that's the hope, is that the more you do these things, the better and better it gets. So, yeah, let's hope. If you like my channel, go ahead and subscribe, and I'll do more reviews, and see you next time.